Let's review Akademiks' reaction to the Julio Foolio trial verdict. Like and subscribe.
This young kid was, for all intents and purposes, like he was having a good time in life. He was living a privileged life. You know, not to try to use coming up from harsh backgrounds to justify criminality, but a lot of people believe in the poem mentality, which is sometimes when, and I actually believe in that, because that's why I regretted certain stuff with Chicago, because it wasn't that everybody was a bad person. There's a lot of people that was POME, product of my environment. This kid's environment was luxurious 2-story house with multiple rooms. I think he's a solo sibling, or he doesn't have a sibling. I mean, I'm sorry, it's a solo child. It's not like he's sleeping 5 in a bed with his brothers and getting clowned for holding his shoes at school, and he kind of got to go to the streets to make a little extra. His mom is never home, and he's hanging out with other people's house, and he get into some bad habits and whatever, and it goes to some internet stuff, and he's beefing and shit, like it gets whatever, and like the parents not there, so he ends up killing someone. He got great parents. The boy just wanted to start playing Call of Duty in real life. That's all we can say. We can't say that he was, down bad. None of that stuff. The boy wanted to play Call of. He met his famous Call of Duty player here. This guy plays Call of Duty, or used to, and he was a big Call of Duty guy. And at some point he said, "You know what? Let me go do this in real life." I would have some sympathy for him if he was under 18, but the boy is 20. The boy is 20, chat. I can't. I can't. If you look at the people he followed, or Face Apex even followed him, and it culminated into him getting arrested at gunpoint for a murder. You know, I keep telling y'all, I think the most dangerous age group is like 16 to 17. At 16 to 17, they could do wrong, and if an adult retaliates, they're going to say they're a kid. And the law treats them as a kid. Also, they pretty much get one get out of jail free pass, because even if they do murder in most places, if they're not charged as an adult, they would essentially get what's called juvenile life, which means they don't go to jail. They just go to some institution for juveniles who have done wrong, and the max they could stay there is for like till they're 25. So they could commit. So what happens in most urban areas, shit happens even in New Jersey. You have grown men, they recruit teenagers to rob cars, steal cars, or to do crime. You know why? It's a slap on the wrist for teenagers. Now, obviously, we get why there's rules for juveniles and teens, because your brain isn't fully formed, you're a child. But these days, a lot of these kids, they're moving like grown men. Not because the dude is 16 means he's a kid. He's been doing grown man shit since he was 14. He'll take your life. He'll rob you. He'll do whatever. So at what point do we... So again, Sean Gathright, who's over 18... You know, also, the other delusional thing I think happens with like young kids, they also think that because they're so young that, and they haven't ever been in trouble before, that getting in trouble it's not going to result in them never seeing the light of freedom again. It's going to be some shit that at max gets them like 10 years, and they're looking at it anyway. Everybody around them, usually if they're associated with gang members, they're watching people who are in their 30s be cool. So they don't give a damn as long as they're doing whatever they're doing. So when they have age as a thing that's kind of enabling them, okay, if you get what I'm saying. So, and I hope you don't think I'm shitting on your donation, but you actually brought up the topic we're getting into right now. I know you say his mother's your cousin, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If he did what he's accused of, and he's been convicted now, so we can say he did. the only prayers I would have for the mother is, I would pray that she'll have the strength to continue to visit him for as long as she lives, while he makes a comfortable home behind bars, because that's the only place he belongs. It was a very heinous crime, chat. Now, kind of led into it already, but the Julio Foolio case concluded. And in the conclusion of the case, there was a lot of drama going on in the back end of the case. So all the witnesses, they took the stand and closing arguments happened. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I know we haven't covered it every day, but I've watched a significant portion of the trial. And I want to give you some overall takeaways. The defense attorneys, I can't even call them bad. They were given a shitty case. They were given a shitty case by a couple of retarded morons who did everything to help the cops catch them and nothing to help their defense attorney even make any type of reasonable excuse. What am I talking about? The attorney for one of the, I think this was Isaiah Chance's attorney, he spent a good portion of his time trying to convince a jury that Isaiah Chance wasn't a gang member. Well, we know him as Isaiah Chance in court, but in the streets, we call him Gutta Zay. His name is Gutta Zay, okay? And Gutta Zay was a very well-decorated guy who, and if you don't know this, but I'll let you know this now. According to how Florida works, they have these gang statutes, and especially for Jacksonville, which they label you as a gang member, and also you could get gang enhancements to your violent criminal charges. And this is how they make this association. If you've been pictured with, associated with, or hung out with some way, somehow, a gang member in 4 different instances, you are now seen as one. Some people don't like that law because they're like, no, there's good guys who are friends with the bad guys. Well, unfortunately, birds of a feather flock together. Kendrick tries to say the predators are moving flocks, but the killer's moving flocks too. So part of some of the enhancements that's listed in the trial was to prove that these guys are gang members. This is why they took pictures of these guys down here. Remember, they were taking pictures of the guy who was like, fa, fa, fa. They were taking pictures of maybe gang-related tattoos. And I really say that to say their attorneys, right? Their attorneys were arguing stupid points that I know even themselves didn't believe. One of the attorneys was arguing that, hey, this guy wasn't even in Tampa during the murder. A claim that's actually ludicrous because he was caught on surveillance tape all over the place. He's actually caught on a Tesla camera doing some wild, he was the second guy that ran down this guy. But he thought not carrying his cell phone, because he didn't bring his cell phone to Tampa. He didn't. He thought that would allow the officers to feel like he was never there. However, everything else pointed that he was there. So he didn't really give these guys, he didn't give his attorneys much to work with. This was kind of dumb. It's really dumb. Now, you hear some of these responses, and it's like they forgot we had a camera. They're saying, hey, the suspect never helped to kill the rapper. What?
About, because it starts off first by defining what it's not before it defines what it is.
Also, the attorney tries to use the same argument. Oh, he was 18. He was barely a child. Now, unfortunately, in the criminal justice system, it favors women. Alicia Andrews, who walked around with her boyfriend, Alicia Andrews, who walked around with Isaiah Chance, in stalking Julio Foolio, she was able to say, hey, I was in an abusive relationship. I had no choice. They used my cell phone. I couldn't say no. I didn't know what they were doing. They didn't tell the woman what was going on. I was just the woman. I was not in on the plot. She got a separate trial, and she basically got, I forgot what she was convicted on, but she's about to get 10 to 15. So she's not going to get life. She's going to have, and she's a reasonably young girl. She's like 21 or 22. She's going to come out of this in her 30s, and she's going to have a chance at being a regular person. She's going to be able to have a life, another boyfriend, get married. She's an attractive girl. So her life, while it'll have an interruption, she'll still have life. All of the men, including her boyfriend, were put together and sent to the slaughterhouse because they're all found guilty. And I'm going to have that being read in a second, but they're all facing mandatory life. So before that happened, the attorney's trying to plead for the 18-year-old boy. He was around 18 at the time when they called him in. I think now it's like 20. They're trying to say, yo, he was a young kid by the time he got caught up. Listen to this.
Hand in hand in this case, I would suggest. And I want to start talking about the phone records because you heard a lot about phone records. Different is that Mr. Gathwright's phone is never actually collected in evidence.
They might have Call of Duty in jail. You don't know.
Law enforcement is relying on cell tower records and iCloud search warrant returns. But the one thing I want to talk about a little bit is the phone mapping, because you heard a lot about that from a couple of different witnesses. You were tasked with going out and trying to corroborate where there were certain cell towers.
Okay.
The suggests these tower records can give you conspiracy. One of the things, though, that you've heard about a lot is the one text message from Rashad Murphy to Mr. Gathwright. And again, this is another example of, you look at that puzzle piece with a cursory glance, maybe it looks like it's going to fit. But here's what I want you to pay attention to about that, and this is why it doesn't fit.
This is Isaiah Chance chat. It looks like it's all regret. All regret. These dudes killed him. Killed Julio Foolio, went to the club immediately and posted bottles of Don Julio. They were eager to tell on themselves. They made it, motive was clearly there. They were arguing with Foolio a couple months before on a Twitter Spaces.
That text is allegedly sent to Mr. Gathwright in response to Rashad Murphy himself is saying they ain't worth our energy. That is not suggesting it has anything to do with Charles Jones. That's suggesting it doesn't have anything to do with Charles Jones because he's saying those people that Chance is talking to are not worth our energy.
That's when they were talking about the particular situation where someone's crashing out on the Twitter space or online or something.
Nothing to knowingly assist anyone in carrying out these shootings that took place in Tampa.
Look, listen to this shit, chat.
Sean Gathwright had no part in the shootings that took place here in Tampa.
He's the one who ran down. Hold on, I got to side by side this. I got to do some 6ix9ine shit. Yeah, we got to side by side this. Julio Foolio footage. Yeah. Look, chat. Here we go. This is Sean Gathwright right here. This is him right here. This is him right here. Let's just side by side it again. Let's pause this. Go back here.
Sean Gathwright had no part in the shootings that took place here in Tampa. He was a barely 18-year-old young man.
Barely 18. Barely 18, huh? Barely 18.
Found himself caught up in a whirlwind here in Tampa. He found himself caught up in something that, as you've heard about for these last 5 weeks, he had no part in.
Oh, really?
Ever. And as the evidence has shown you, and as I'm going to describe in further detail, he did nothing to knowingly assist anyone in carrying out these shootings that took place in Tampa.
He's the fucking shooter.
The state's case, like any criminal case, really, can be looked at like a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, really? Now, that wasn't the only memorable moment that happened before we got the verdict. Apparently, one of them had to be removed. They had to be removed from court. Let me show you that. Where is that? I'll find it on Twitter. Here we go.
No, I understand, Mr. Murphy. Mr. Davion, okay. Okay, Mr. Davion Murphy may need to be removed if he can't stop talking.
They knew their food was cooked, Shaq. They knew their food was cooked. They knew their food was cooked. I could probably find it on the full video.
Him must be considered.
So all four of them had their own attorneys do closing arguments.
That doesn't have a job to get back to that they really need to be attending to let them.
Trying to track Charles Jones.
All right, I'm not going to find that 9-hour clip too quick, so I'll just play this.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, Mr. Murphy, please stop. Okay? You're not helping your situation. Okay.
He said he's going to pray for the judge.
Okay. So
I'm going to be honest with you as well. So this guy, Davion Murphy. Let me see if I can find it. Murphy. And I'm going to tell you why I'm playing the whole thing. I think if it's anybody, he should have if I was him, I would have went for insanity. This is the only person who I'm looking at, and I thought he was batshit crazy from the get-go. From the interrogation video where he's talking to himself for literally 2 hours, and he's singing Rod Wave. That's the dude, if you don't know. And then he's doing the fa, fa, fa. If I was his attorney, I would have said, we're cooked. Let's go for insanity. You seem insane anyway. He's in court. He can't hold his mouth. Pause. He can't. I would have went for insanity. Like, he seemed pretty dumb to me. Like, shit. I'm not the judge, and I think that they have a kind of a high barrier. They're gonna do tests and stuff like that before they just give you an insanity plea. But this guy looked like he didn't have it all together, right?
understand, Mr. Murphy. Mr. Davion, okay. So, situation. Okay. Okay.
So after I read the instructions.
Okay. So I definitely believe that he probably should have gotten the insanity. You know, they should have went with the insanity thing. But I think all of their defense attorneys were going with the, well, maybe we have enough reasonable doubt to say you weren't the person on camera killing the guy, right? Anyway, let's get on to the verdict here. We got the verdict. Let's get to the verdict. Alrighty then. Okay, here we go, chat. Let's watch.
All jurors are in.
Okay, very good. Everyone have a seat. All right, it is my understanding that the jury has reached their verdict. Is that correct? Okay, I would ask the foreperson of the jury to please hand the verdict forms to the bailiff.
Here we go. From what I've heard from defendants, like usually when they're in this particular situation, no matter how the evidence looks to outsiders and neutral third parties like us, like we're looking at like, y'all niggas are cooked. Like you stick a fork in them, they're done. Apparently these guys, a lot of times they feel like this is the closest time to freedom for them. And they, you know, they really realize that their fate hangs in the balance of someone just says not guilty. And if that's the case, they walk home finally. And even if their lawyer did a shitty job, they still believe that it's going to go their way. So these guys are kind of there. And even though I think I didn't even have to sit to watch this shit live to know they're going to get found guilty, but they're thinking, shit, we finna beat the case. We might be back on the streets. Okay, all right. Let me cut the dead air.
Do not read. Okay, Madam Clerk, please publish the verdicts and do not read the name of the foreperson. Okay? Yes. For the record, it's Juror 157, initials CS. All right.
Okay. State of Florida versus Isaiah Jermaine Chance, case number 24 CF 11996A, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. Did the state of Florida prove beyond a
now, because they're all being tried together, it's one verdict for all four of them.
reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a...
Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
Follows as to count 1, Chance, case...
Oh, never mind. They're doing it individually. But usually, if it was a racketeering case, they would just say everybody, but...
F 11996A, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged.
Wait, did they say Isaiah's name? I'm not tripping. My man, I'm tripping, child.
S. All right.
Wait, what?
Okay. Publish the verdicts and do not read the name of the foreperson.
Sorry, Jay.
Okay?
I'm trying to make sure I'm
record,
making a
it's
mistake.
Juror 157, initials CS. All right.
State of Florida versus Isaiah Jermaine Chance, case number 24.
Okay, so this is Isaiah's chances. So they're kind of reading out separately, not just all of them. They're going to do each one of them, but obviously if one's found guilty, likelihood of the other found guilty is pretty high.
CF 11996A, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. Did the state of Florida prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 2, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the...
That nigga looked down like, yo, bitch, what is you writing? This shit is over. He looked down like, bitch, what is you writing? This shit is over. You know what she probably writing? She writing down the last bill she gonna send your stupid ass. Yo, this is for me to, this is the last bill I could send you for you wasting my time and yours. Nigga, you knew you was guilty, nigga.
Reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang.
Ain't no goddamn appeal to my, she's writing down shit for the appeal.
During the commission of the offense?
You're right, but like, still, come on. Let's have some fun with it.
Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant...
Yo, my boy look sharp, though. Look like he going to prom. Yo, I want to see him in one of the prom videos, bro. I want to see my boy with, like, I was looking forward to see my man Isaiah Chance flash out like this. You know how Twin would have came out? Twin would have came out like this. Twin would have came out of jail like this. This is how Twin was coming. This is how Twin was coming. Twin would have popped out like this. This is going to be Twin right here. Yeah. Section 8 housing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. That's how Twin was going to be coming, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. But unfortunately, I guess he could do that at Chow Hall.
Committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. So say we all, dated this 8th day of May. For a person of the jury, jury number 157, CS. State of Florida versus Sean Andre Gathright, case number 24 C.
Okay, so they cooked him already. Cooked.
F 11996C, trial division.
What the hell is he asking? Hey, does that mean I ain't getting out of here?
Division 1 verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones.
Yo, all right. I'm going to keep it a beat with you. Yo, bro. He looked like one of these, like, Fortnite players and Call of Duty players on Adderall. Boy, you should have stayed in them Call of Duty lobbies, bro. You should have never took it to real life. Look at, yo, he looks spooked already. He looks spooked. Look at this guy. Yo, he got the little Dirk eyes right now. He's spooked. Yo, I think this boy sold himself, bro. He's spooked. How you gonna be this scared and you run down first? Your boy ain't making it even to GTA 6, man. This is crazy. That boy ain't even making it to GTA 6, bro. He ain't make it to GTA 6, man. He ain't even make it to GTA 6. Oh, nah.
Defendant is guilty of first-degree murder.
Cooked him. I hate to laugh. But, yo, you know what's crazy? It's like he was trying to hear something else. Like, yo, come on, bro. You're the first one on camera, dog. They're meeting up at your house. Yo, how do you think you're going to get away? They're meeting up at your house. They're using they're using the guns that came from your house. Brother, are you dumb, stupid, or both?
Personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, the defendant...
You see he looking into space? That's the only freedom he gonna have from now on. In his mind, in his thoughts. And I'm not sitting here like trying to be ruthless, but we do have to kind of like highlight these portions of it. Because when I'm hearing niggas talk about doing all type of crimes and killing people, they never see that this part, seemingly most days, is inevitable because you can't really commit a crime and not get caught for it in 2026 when there's abundance of cameras, listening devices, and you have a GPS tracker called a cell phone that's sitting on your hip. But okay, if you want to do it, we got to show how a young 20-year-old guy, you know what I mean? Like he probably was Shit, he probably thought he was on some Zach LaVine, LaMelo Ball type of wave. No, brother. You're going to be the little pretty little chick that they're going to be tossing around from cell to cell in whatever prison you go to, nigga. That's it. All right? They're going to be running trains on you up in that junk.
Actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count.
Why does he look so shocked like he ain't do this shit? Like he's like, yo, like he got the look on his face like, damn, they framed me. Like, no, dog, you did it. You did it.
2, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 3, victim Xavier Edwards. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense,
that's for the other person he shot. Remember, other people got shot.
The defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, to be honest, I think he deserves death. I think life. I don't think he's a reasonably young guy. He's 20 years old. I don't think we should be paying on some taxpayer shit for the next 60 to 70 years. Let's say he lives to be 90. For him to sit up in jail, you know what I mean? He probably gonna be FaceTiming bitches, like eating Pizza Hut once every 2 weeks. Like, we don't need to be paying for that. Like, just get rid of him now, honestly. And you might be like, damn, Mac. The reason why I'm saying that, he is the most egregious. I know he's the youngest, but he's the most egregious offender. Honestly, we went over the whole shooting footage. Foolio may have gotten hit, but supposedly he probably was alive right before this guy walked him down. And when Foolio's trying to jump in the back seat of the car, he executes him. So he's the guy in the back. He got some shots, and obviously we don't, I know, ballistics teams and forensics and medical examiner probably could figure out which bullet from which gun actually was the fatal bullet. But from just looking at the scene, they're shooting at Foolio's car. Foolio's car drives into the bullets, right? Drives into the bullets. But the mere fact that he's even able to turn that corner, right? He's able to turn that corner, right? He's able to turn. They're able to wait. Was Foolio the passenger? Oh, if he's in the passenger, he's catching it right here. But the car got disabled later, so the car either crashed or got disabled, and they ran down on the car and finished the job. So that's the only reason why I think he should get death.
To use a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 4, Gino Norris. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 5, victim Camilla Bentley. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense.
All the attempted murder joints was going to cook him anyway. I think attempted murder is like 25, but it's 20 years, I think, but it gets bumped up. So first degree attempted murder is 20 years, but it gets bumped up to potentially life if there's aggravating circumstances. For example, like you had a gun, right? Because you could try to kill somebody but you don't have a gun. But when you have a gun in commission of the crime. These are like points that's kind of adding up. That when it comes to sentencing, instead of you just getting 20 years for, and I'm pretty sure that's the statute. Let me look. Sentence for first degree attempted murder in Florida. Yeah. So it's punishable up to life. If a firearm is used, it's 25 mandatory. So it's Okay, so it's basically 10. It's 10 if no firearms used, 20 if a firearm is used, and if someone's seriously injured, pretty much life, bro. Yeah, it's a wrap. Cooked.
During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to
The boy dressed like he going to Harvard. And the boy dressed like he going to Harvard. The boy dressed like he going to Harvard, man. Nigga dressed like he one of them students in Harry Potter. The boy dressed like he gonna need a magic wand to get him out of this shit. Voldemort can't help you with this one, nigga.
use a
So you're right. He going to Penn State. You're right about that one, huh?
firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 6. The defendant is guilty of tampering with physical evidence as charged.
I know he got to be like, yo, bro, they've been reading guilty of shit for the last 5 minutes. Like, damn, move on. Yo, I get it. I'm cooked.
So say we all dated this 8th day of May, 2026. Jury number 157, CS, 4-person of the jury. State of Florida versus Rashad Trayvon.
Who's this? Maybe this is his mom. 'Cause I'm guessing it would be a lighter woman. It would be his mom.
State of Florida versus Rashad Trayvon Murphy. Case number 24CF 11996D. Trial Division 1. Verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1. Victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. During the commission of the offense, the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 2. Victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 3. Victim Xavier Edwards. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 4. Victim Gino Norris. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the
This boy fed up, man.
interests of a criminal gang? Yes.
Oh, he yawning.
During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 5. Victim Camilla Bentley. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable?
We haven't heard a no yet, chat. Clearly, the jury believed every single thing they were told. Like, they believe these things in a gang. They believe these things all had guns. They believe they did the kill. They believe every single thing. They believed every single thing, y'all. Not one thing they were like, you know what? Maybe not. I don't believe that part of the story. They believe the whole story, man. Jesus Christ. And I'm here defending the defense attorneys. I think that this was a stupid case. And actually, I'm gonna give them credit because nobody snitched. This was actually meant to be the young kid was supposed to snitch. You know, right? Do you know? The 18-year-old boy was supposed to snitch, even though he's the one. The only mitigating factors is that he's on camera shooting first. If he was in the back, he could snitch because he would have a lot of like, oh, he was just 18. Oh, like they coerced him into doing it. It wasn't his plan. It's like the X murder. You know the guy who killed, well, he didn't fire the bullet that killed X, but he was in the robbery crew that robbed X. His name is Robert Allen. You know he's free right now, right? He's free. He snitched on everybody else. So in reality, I'm going to give credit to these guys for not telling, but somebody was supposed to tell to get out of jail. Actually, Isaiah Chan should have. But remember, his name is Gudazay. His name is Gudazay. He probably was on some Cameron shit. Be like, listen, when I get out of here, I'll still be the man type shit. But there was someone that was supposed to snitch. They were extra cooked.
The crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually?
These two older dudes, Davion Murphy and Rashad Murphy, I would say they would be the least likely to tell. But I do believe they could have told as well. I'm going to tell you why. Because, you know, as they even said to the detective and their lawyers try to make the case, they're saying these guys are too old to be in beef with some ATK KTA shit. So they're like, yo, these guys are older. Like, why would they have problems with these guys? So they could have tried to take a plea with being put on the stand as, oh, yeah, you know, they got looped into some shit, but they weren't really the worst offenders. Because here's the thing, when it comes to snitching, you want the snitch to also kind of be looked at as not the biggest culprit. That's why Robert Allen was in the car, right? Not the main shooter. And that's why I think the Sean Gathright dude, it was going to be a hard sell because he's the one who ran down first and did the most shooting. But this guy, he was in the back and he seems a little stupid. So he could be like, yeah, I didn't really want to do that. Like, they kind of forced me to do it. Now it's not going to work. He could take a plea. That plea would have resulted, though, in his murder charge dropping to like a 3rd-degree murder charge and it not being premeditated and them looking at it where he gets 20 years. So he would get 20 years while everybody like that. You see, he would have to be smart, but he would have to go against his brother too, right? Because his brother, he's Davion, his brother's Rashad. So you'd have to send all of them up the river for you to just take 20 years in prison and they all take life. But I would imagine they talked about this before, and obviously they're brothers, so, you know, their family or some counselor's going to talk to each other and be like, yo, you're not telling, right? Be like, nope, you're not telling, right? Bet. Hey, what we're going to do, if we get found guilty, we get life together, but they're not going to spend it together, obviously. But they could appeal, right? And that's going to be the next step. Like, all right, let's try to keep appealing. And the 20 years you would have done taking the guaranteed plea, we're going to take 20 years to fight it. I'm guessing that's got to be the strategy, right?
They possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense?
Isaiah Chance is the one who stayed in the car, or he was a lookout.
Did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. So say we all, dated this 8th day of May 2026, jury number 157, CS, 4th person of the jury. in the state of Florida versus Davion Vershad Murphy, case number 24CF11996E, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as...
Yo, this thing he's had this look in his eyes from the start of the trial. It's like he's going through the motion. This guy, I would put him on the suicide watch bay. He looked like he's not even in this lifetime no more. He don't even look at the judge. He don't look at nothing. He's just always staring into space. This is a dangerous man.
As charged. If during the commission of the offense, the defendant personally carried, display, used, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 2, victim Charles Jones, the defendant of conspiracy to commit murder, first degree, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed...
He's just staring in the space chat.
...the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 3, victim Xavier Edwards. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of the criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 4, victim Gino Norris. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of the criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 5, victim Camilla Bentley. The defendant is guilty of attempted second-degree murder, a lesser included offense. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm?
Is he mouthing something?
Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interest of a criminal gang? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. And during the commission of an offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. So say we all dated this 8th day of...
Okay. That's the full reading of the verdict. And now it's time for the tears. Here we go. Apparently, in the end, these guys showed that they were potentially somewhat human, obviously lacking empathy for the life of another, but clearly distraught about losing their own freedom. Here we go.
All jurors are in.
Okay. Out the defendant offense.
I'm trying to, where is the clip where hold on. There's a clip of Sean Gathright like kind of like sobbing. He's sitting there in court. I thought long crimes would have his Sean Gath. Yeah, he's crying. Oh, did his mom testify? Let's see the mom who failed him.
And it's your testimony that you cannot identify your son as being involved in any gangs. Is that right?
That is right.
That's
Sean.
And who else is in the photograph that you know?
I know the other two people in it. For what he was up to, failed.
Oh yeah, they didn't show her face. They didn't show her face. And his mom was in Alicia's Andrews trial, not his. Sean Gathright crying. Oh man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go, mommy.
Oh, Shawnee boy.
I don't want to go.
Shouldn't have played the game.
Why?
I was looking for the video, I couldn't find it, so I figured I'd record it.
Oh, Court TV has it on their live. I'll find it. Nah, I got to see this shit in 4K. I don't want to go. Now, keep in mind, he should have knew he wasn't about that life. When they first caught him and he was in the interrogation room, this boy was trying to plan an escape. This nigga watched. He thought he was doing a GTA mission. Dead ass. He for sure thought he was doing a GTA mission. He thought he hit 5 stars. They captured him. He thought he was going to break out. You get what I'm saying? He thought he was going to break out of jail, be 5 stars wanted, lower, like hit the cheat code, lower his stars by 2. He really thought that this was a game. I like, look at this.
Fuck up.
Oh, beautiful. He already had an ankle monitor on when they picked him up. I guess the ankle monitor is beeping, so he's frustrated. He's trying to rip it off. And again, I see my homie just sent another donation. The reason why I'm bringing his mom into this, the dude is on an ankle monitor and he's living at home with his mama. You're responsible for the crimes he's doing. He's on an ankle monitor that's actually making him have to stay at home. And he's under your household. I'm not saying he did this crime while he had the ankle monitor on. The point is the mere fact that he's doing crimes to the point where the judge has to put him on an ankle monitor and he's still within your household means you need to take some responsibility of what he's doing. He's trying. Oh, he broke it off. Somebody says, "Ack." Oh, okay. I see someone say on Kick, they said, if you ever have a child and that child does anything wrong, keep that same energy. Kids have their own mind. I'm not saying the parent belongs in jail. I'm saying that you failed. That's it. You failed. Yes, if I have a child that's in my household and he does a crime, I failed. I failed as a parent, flat out. I failed. That's one of the most important jobs you have. You failed as a parent. I know they have their own mind, but your job as a parent who, once they live under your household, you're supposed to have some type of authority and control to make sure some of these things don't happen. You failed. That's it. You failed. And in certain cases, you're culpable for some of the damages they do. I don't think you should sit in a jail cell with them. Unless, obviously you hand them a gun. But you failed. That's my whole point. You failed. And when we start talking about society, and we start talking about, they're quick to say how people are influenced by rappers and video games. who gives a damn if you played Call of Duty all day? His parents should have been on top of that. They failed. That's my whole point. They failed. Okay, you got the ankle monitor off. It's now time to plan the Great Escape. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. You could tell this kid was not built for this. I mean, I don't think nobody is, right? Like, who the hell is built for like this type of life? But just watch his body language. This is right after he got picked up, and even watching how he's reacting here, I'm wondering why he didn't go on the run. Like, he had an ankle monitor. So what had happened is that they had raided his house or something like that before. And I believe they questioned him or something, but they didn't arrest him for it yet. So he knew the cops was kind of on to him. You should have known you were going to get caught. Just cut your ankle monitor off and go run. Why? And I know that's probably not the best advice to give, but you know why? You could tell this kid probably can't last 5 minutes in there. Should he like me? Either that or get ready to tell. So I would say he should have ran, cut this off and ran, or do what I would do, tell. Well, obviously I wouldn't tell in this situation because I wouldn't do crime with a bunch of niggas. Like, that's doing crime with a bunch of niggas just don't make sense to me. That's not a logical thing. Somebody said he want to watch for Kai so bad. Drip with Jason says he's taking accountability. Definitely feeling this. He's not taking accountability. This kid he's upset he got caught. And everything he thought about while planning it and being a part of it, none of it actually matched being in this room, probably hella cold. The beeping is going off. His mind is racing and he can't see a way out. There's no windows, no nothing. He feels like everything is closing in. He's getting anxiety. He's having a panic attack. You don't go spend time in jail when Call of Duty. After you kill a bunch of people, they say they give you a UAV. Here's a UAV. Good job. You killed mad people. They don't put you in a room and just have you with your thoughts. No. Now I'll give you that. That's the action of, damn, I fucked up. Damn, I instant regret. Damn, I fucked up.
Let me out, bro. Let me out, bro. Let me out, bro.
Again, not to bring up his mom a bunch, but if his mom put him on a couple timeout, go to your room, Shawnee. Maybe that would have let him realize you really don't like being in a box with no entertainment and you can't look out the window. If you didn't spend this time in your room by yourself without a computer, maybe you wouldn't want to spend it in a box like this.
Let me out.
Oh shit. Let me out. Climbs up. Okay. I don't think the mom was scared of him at all. Usually kids like this, they're not aggressive to their mom. This type of behavior comes from school, who they're hanging out with, what they see online, and how they feel like, he's a boy, so I don't think he's over here trying to threaten his mom. No, I think his mom probably is shocked by all this because she's like, this screams lack of oversight. His mom probably didn't know that this nigga was Like, if you ask him, ask his mom, she probably like, nah, he's never shot a gun. Yeah, all right. He shot your gun mad times. You know what I mean? I don't think his mom was scared of him. Somebody said that defeats her other argument because you're blaming on her. Yes, I blame when you have children. Put it like this: if Pluto goes to bite someone, it's my fault. Y'all don't get that? I'm not the dog, but it's your fucking fault. You keep him on a leash. You keep him away from people. That's how it goes, right? Come on, like that's the only point. I don't know why y'all trying to defend the mom here. He lived with his mom. If he didn't live with his mom, even though he's 18, or he was 18, if he didn't live with his mom, I wouldn't even blame the mom. I'll be like, hey, shit, that's one of those situations. The mom should have probably instilled some better, morals, but you can't control a grown man. But all this happened under the supervision of the mom. Your son got no business in Tampa, got no business hanging out with other people that are clearly in gangs. You don't know your son's friends? You're not vetting the people who you saw Isaiah Chance walk in and out of her house and even knew the code to get in the front door. Isaiah Chance did. His nickname in the streets is Gutta Zay. How is it not your fault you allow your son's friend who is clearly online beefing with killers to know the code to your front door to walk in and out because he's your son's friend? Come on. And you have no idea this is going on? Or you didn't make it your business to know what's going on? The moment, let me tell you this, and if you're asking me about parenting, I don't have kids, so I don't want to also say stuff that I don't know how it's going to go, right? Because we don't know until you have kids. But, I know some of y'all have kids in here. My thing is this. The moment I see my son making grown man decisions, he should go live by himself. And I'm not saying my son ain't going to get into some shit. But the moment he making grown man decisions that don't need the oversight of a parent, or I feel like he's so grown he should go live by himself. I got him to 18 or I got him to the legal age. Now he could be an adult. Now it's for him to apply all the things I taught him. But if he's going to be in my house and he's going to be bringing over his gang member friends, they're going to be doing all type of stuff. It's not he's a grown man in my house. I don't believe that.
Sit in that chair and don't leave.
Okay.
I think at that point he realized they were watching him the whole time. They do this frequently when they have a suspect in custody. They'll let them sit there and just kind of observe them for 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, even an hour. Trying to see the body language, trying to see if this person is worried. Do they care? Are they going to lash out? It could be a bunch of things. Let's see if we could find, I want to find the actual crime video. It would be here under the live, and it would be the last day, which would be here. Go to here. Verdict should be read around here. Okay, verdicts are here. Here we go.
State of Florida versus Isaiah Jermaine Chance, case number 24 CF
Okay. Now they're reading.
119. Yes.
Number 19, initials LY. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 24, initials WW. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 32, initials CRP. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 47, initials AM. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 49, initials CG. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 78, initials AC. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 142, initials TL. Is this your true and correct verdict? Juror number 157, initials CS. Is this your true and correct verdict? Juror number 158, initials JH, is this your true and correct verdict? And juror number 167, initials JE, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
All right, very good. So as the jury has found the defendants guilty of first-degree murder, this means we will proceed to the penalty phase. We're going to start that Monday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Damn.
Okay? So you all have not yet been...
One thing I like about Tennessee and I like about Florida, sometimes they'll convict somebody and then come back weeks later because we need a pretrial report, we need this, we need that. It takes weeks to get prepared for them to give a good sentence or accurate sentence. And so the person who gets found guilty, they kind of languish there. You know, sometimes they're like, you're facing up to life, but you get anywhere from 10 years. So the person's hoping for 15, but you're just kind of sitting in limbo. Tennessee, when you get found guilty of first-degree murder, the judge tells you right then. They don't even wait till the next hearing. We saw it in the a straight drop thing with the Dolph murder. As soon as he got found guilty, the judge says, you are hereby sentenced to life. That's the only sentence they could give out. They can't give out no other sentence in that circumstances for that charge. So they don't even wait. Life, dog. They gave that nigga life immediately. Also, they give out aggressive sentences. No. So in Florida, because the judge can't really go beyond certain, or it's really life or death. That's why they're not even going to wait for all these other mitigating factors that could affect the sentence. Like, for example, in sentencing, they'll be like, hey, we'll have, you could have some people to testify on behalf of your character and your contribution to the community that could maybe like sway the judge in like, hey, you know what, this guy's been helpful to a lot of people. Maybe we don't give him that much. But in this situation, there's a mandatory. The mandatory is life, okay? You got to go to jail for life. It's either life or death. And usually the state will submit something to say, we're not going for the death penalty here. We just want the life, and they'll give that, right?
Discharged from your service as a juror. So therefore, you are not to discuss anything with anyone about this case. You're not to do any independent research. You're not to read, listen to, watch any news accounts related to this case. And then we will be done by next Friday, May 15th. So
lawyers must get paid well for giving their client that lost a trial a nice back rub. It's okay. It's okay. Just pay me my last retainer. Okay, we're gonna get you through sentencing, and we're gonna send you on that big bus upstate. Okay, it's okay, brother. It's okay. It's okay. I know I'm the last female you'll have contact with other than the COs, but it's okay. He looking at her like, man, I need to crack something, including you.
And from what I've been told from the attorneys as far as a proposed schedule, the case will get to you either Thursday or possibly Friday morning. Thursday afternoon or Friday morning for the penalty phase. Okay? Very good. Thank you.
They giving this nigga therapy right here. Look at him.
We are concluded for today.
All rise.
All right, here we go. Everybody rise. It's okay. He looked around. It's that look around when he sees his family. It's okay, my boy. It's time to thug it out now. He looking over at him. You just saw that? He looked over at Davion. You know what that was? Nigga, why the hell you had me murder them niggas, man? He looked back at his family. They're in tears. He looks over to this nigga. It's like, damn, bro. Why we went on that drill, man? Actually, he's looking over at both of them because you see Isaiah right here. Isaiah, Davion, and he's right here. Man, why y'all niggas made me go on that drill, bro? Why y'all make me go on this drill, bro? This chick giving the infamous back rub. You know, you got to give him a back rub. Thank you for all your money. You know, good news. We got your last check. Bad news. You got found guilty of all charges. This chat is one of them ones. It's one of them ones, chat. We got good news and bad news. Good news, we got your last payment. Bad news, you're going to jail for life. You know, give him a little more. Give him a little bit more back shoulder. Come on now. Give him a little bit more shoulder rub. It's okay. It's okay. She got addendum tears? Holy.
Have a seat. So I just was looking through the aggravators, and I just want to make sure.
Yo, the judge had a hold on, wait a minute moment. This is crazy. The judge had a hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought we was finished? They cut the mics and everything. Nah, have a seat. Everybody have a seat. Yo, the judge had a hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought we was finished moment? Oh, nah.
As to Davion Murphy, it would be the contemporaneous felony, correct? And then great risk of death to many persons, CCP, and criminal gang member, correct? All right, and then those 4 would also apply to
Chat, he's starting to break. He right here.
Isaiah Chance and Rashad Murphy, correct? No.
No, not the knowing great risk or the contemporaneous.
Okay, so I'm looking at Rashad. It would be the contemporaneous conviction or previously convicted, great risk of death to persons, cold calculated premeditated, and criminal gang member. Isaiah Chance is committed cold calculated premeditated and criminal gang member, and Sean Gathright is a contemporaneous capital felony, great risk of death to many persons, and cold calculated and premeditated, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I also noted that the state had sought an enhancement as to
Look at this nigga's eyes, man. Yo, chat. Yo, chat. This is the picture y'all gotta print and show it to all of these niggas who think they about to get their kill streak on like King Von. Y'all gotta show them this.
Davion Murphy for prison release reoffender, correct?
Yo, the judge is rubbing salt in the wounds right now. Let's keep it a bean.
We did, but we did not file that indictment, which I think is now required.
Okay, so fine. So that's not going to be part of the
It's
next.
not,
Okay. All right. So 1 o'clock on Monday we will reconvene, and state will obviously go first, and then
By the way, that little interaction there shows you how much the judge and the prosecutors are cool. The judge was about to add something in consideration for her sentence that isn't even indicted. And you literally hear the prosecutor said, hey, no, you can't consider that because we would have to indict on that basis, and we didn't. So essentially, let's say they didn't answer, they lied. The judge would have considered that and gave probably a harsher sentence, if you could believe there's something harsher. And obviously that would be clear grounds for appeal, right? Definitely clear grounds for appeal. But it just shows you the judge is going off what the prosecutor says. The judge knows that they got a blanket yes, that these guys are all guilty. And, you know, she's just trying to cross her T's, dot her I's, but she's asking the prosecutor, not the defense attorney, the prosecutor.
I believe, Mr. Hernandez, did you say you had a witness that had to testify Monday?
No, I think that's Ms. Sprinkles.
Oh, okay.
It's for Sean Gathright.
Yes.
This might be his mom.
Yeah.
So Sean Gathright's lawyer says they have a witness that's going to testify at sentencing. It probably is going to be the mom. I would imagine.
Your Honor, I found out this afternoon that my client's fiance, who was one of the witnesses listed, got arrested for violation of probation and is at the Duval County Jail. So I'm trying to,
So another one was going to have a character witness, which is their fiance. She just got arrested for a probation violation. Oh, my God.
my mitigation specialist has been trying since about 3:30 to see if we can set up a Zoom.
Okay.
Would be the best situation, but
That's
I don't
fine.
have an answer at this point. That's a concern. And then my doctor would like to be able to testify Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so then Ms. Finkelstein, you've got a doctor that needs to testify Monday, correct?
It's not a doctor, it's a corrections
Okay.
an expert who needs to testify Monday, so I'm happy to go first.
Okay, that's
and
fine.
The state, we did talk, they agreed to 3 of our witnesses, we were able to depose, we did 3 depots over the break.
Okay.
While we were waiting, and they've agreed to allow the 3 people that we had kind of later notice for Zoom.
Okay.
So I guess I'll reach out to your assistant for a Zoom link?
Well, no, we'll just do the Zoom here,
Okay.
and then we'll have to depend on Deputy Martinez to get it all set up. But that's fine. So the bottom line is you'll be ready to go Monday with your witnesses.
Yes.
Okay, and then who's going to follow after Ms. Finkelstein? Mr. Petrides?
I also have a doctor that needs to go by Wednesday.
That's fine. So then...
Okay, so they're kind of sending doctors in there. Probably, I know for this guy on the right, that's the crazy nigga. I would imagine his doctor's going to say, yo, this nigga's been mentally traumatized, affected by some stuff. It's too late for an insanity plea, but could go towards trying to make it seem like, you know, the premeditation is not that strong. These guys are just fucking stupid.
I assume Monday, at least through Monday, we should get through Mr. Gathwright's witnesses, and then we'll begin Tuesday morning with your witnesses, and then next up will be...
I'm fine with following, but I might ask if I'm having an issue with the Zoom matter to be able to call that witness on Wednesday.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay, very good. See you all Monday morning at 1 o'clock. Not Monday morning, Monday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Oh, man, he bought a break. I want my mommy. Damn. Yeah, they're taking him back out, so they got to put his hand by his back. They're going to handcuff him again. Takes out one last look at his family, who are all in the gallery. They're about to leave. Realizes the last time he's going to have that thought of freedom. Or maybe this isn't the thing where no, this can't be the one where he starts crying. Nah, this can't be the one then. Is this a clip? Nah, this is not a clip, right? Nah, this ain't a clip. Sean Gathright crying. Oh, it is from that day, though.
Oh, Sean.
Anyway, let's keep watching. Fast forward a little bit. One thing about this Isaiah Chance nigga. Well, he didn't pull the trigger, but shit, he looked like he be taking it on the chin. I ain't gonna lie. Low-key, he should have been the one to snitch. Your girlfriend got out of there saying you were beating her ass, nigga. You're supposed to snitch. She left. Oh, here, the tears is coming, chat. The tears is coming. Oh, never mind. We got it. We got the tears now. Denim tears. Holy. Oh, we got it. Oh, we got it, chat. Oh, we got it. Holy. And look back, family dipping. They basically look at him, no more suits. You're going to the prison blues after this. You know, it's only for the trial they allow him to have regular clothes. After that, it's going to be, they're going to bring you in prisoner clothes. Because it's now sentencing. You see that rascal over there? Rashad Murphy about to get brought out. The lawyer's talking to Isaiah Chance. Bro, I told you to snitch. I told you to snitch on these niggas, man. I told you. It's the only way we was going to get out of here, gang. You was supposed to tell. I'm a real street nigga. I ain't never tell. I ain't on that Gucci, man. I ain't never going to tell. I ain't never going to motherfucking tell. What you talking about? Judge is out of here. All right, Judge. See you later, girl. And make sure to get the judge out of here. Bang. All right. And I think this is the door for the inmates. All right. He holding his head. I see what's going on. We ain't got no audio here. That's why I'm ad-libbing. You could tell your mom to take a mortgage out on her house and you guys could pay me for the appeal. How much you charge? Well, for this case, probably gonna need a good $150,000. You think you got that? I might even give you a discount. $140. I'm gonna need that. This guy right here, he's breaking down. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Yo, even this nigga right here. This nigga right here. This is Davion Murphy. No, it's not Davion. It's Rashad Murphy. He looking over like, yo, I knew we shouldn't have took this pussy on the drill. I knew we shouldn't have took this pussy on the drill. Look at him. Look at this nigga crying and shit. Look at the cops. Look at this bitch ass nigga. Yo, look at this bitch ass nigga, man. Yo, they said get up. They handcuff him. It's like, it's time to go. He sit right back down. What you mean you sitting back down? It's time to go, nigga. Like, it's over. You know what I mean? He looking over like, man, this nigga had me fooled, man. When we were running down, he ran in front of me. Oh, no, I don't want to go. I want to go home to mommy. I want to go to mommy. No. Oh. Show, they patting this thing on the back. Like, look at this. It's go. Yo, she rubbing his hair. Like, yo, don't mess up the waves. Yo, hold on now. Yo, stop playing. You might be next in a blunt. You mess up my boy Waves. Don't mess up the boy Waves. Like, yo, did she go against the grain? Yo, when I used to have Waves chat, you know when a girl like want to like play with your hair and shit like that. Sometimes she'll go against the grain. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You might have to kill her. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, yo, what you mean you fucking on my Waves? Look, she goes against the grain. Look. What? No, the hair. What? You see that? Nah, that might be the next body you gotta catch. Look, she goes against the. Oh, nah. No way. Messed up his crown, everything, chat. Oh, my boy sobbing. I don't want to go. Not like this. Damn. You mean I can't join the lobby no more? Yo, y'all ready up. Who not ready up in the lobby? Ready up. Yo, ready up. Nigga, you gonna be ready up in prison. He gonna be ready up to getting fucked in prison, chat. Yo, he still ain't trying to get up. They look like, yo, get your bitch ass up, man. Enough is enough, nigga. Oh, he's trying to do the pit. Get your bitch ass up, man. How many times you gonna pat this fuck nigga down, man? Oh, man, look at his face. Look at his face, man. This boy is balling. Oh, man. Yo, I wonder who he gonna give away his computer to, man. Who gonna get his computer? Who got the PS5, you think? Yo, I know my boy was in jail thinking, he's like, yo, I can't wait to squad wipe, yo. I'm about to do a whole squad wipe real quick. You're right. Nigga doing a squad wipe. I ain't gonna lie, yo, bro. Yo, you gonna be good, gang. They just sent you to the gulag, bro. You straight. They could still bring you back. You just sent you to the gulag, bro. You could still get brought back, bro. You can still get brought back. Don't you worry, bro. Don't you worry, bro. Don't you worry, bro.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Nah, I don't even know what this. Nah. The sobbing this thing is doing They went from
I seen him do it.
They went from that to this.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Oh man, Chad. Oh, I still gotta use this. No, not even a better one. I need a better one. Oh. Yo, Chad. Listen, I'm not even inhumane. Yo, these people murdered the guy in cold blood, bro, and was on social media posting down Julio bottles. Come on, like, they weren't that mad. They weren't that mad before now. Keep it a bean, Chad. It's not. I'm not no asshole. You know I'm not no asshole. But these dudes was having the time of their life, bro. They were having a time of their life. Which song about is this?
We have been hoodwinked.
Oh, no. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Oh, my boy is sobbing. He is sobbing. Yo, you could tell even the bailiff, like, yo, what type of bitch ass nigga is this, man? Damn, right there. Right there. Picture perfect. Picture. Yo, you know what's so crazy? It's you know they say, well, I say, you know, experience is the greatest teacher in life, but it's the only one that gives you the lesson after it gives you the test. I guarantee in this one moment right here, he realized what everybody was telling him. I don't know if his mom ever told him this, but it'd be like, yo, watch the company you keep. Yo, you need to stop doing this. Yo, you're not above the law. Right at this moment, he learned. He ain't changed, though. He learned what they were saying. Would he do it again? Probably yes. It's going to take like 10 years of him changing his life in prison for him to really lose that mindset, but it is what it is. Breathe. Okay, they tell him to breathe. Damn. You know why this is depressing, chat? All the lawyers packing up. All the lawyers. Look at the lawyers. Got 2 female lawyers, a male lawyer here. You got some other white people in the back. They all there rubbing his back, doing whatever. But ultimately, when he stands up, he going to walk towards the bus to go back to jail. And they're going to walk to the car to drive to the bank to make sure this fuck nigga didn't give him a bounce check. You know what I mean? So they walk into the bank. He walk into the bus to go back to jail. It is what it is. Look, he finally stands up. You know. By the way, all the purses they have is what they bought from the money he spent. He stands up. He's walking that way. And they're like, all right, well, you know, another stupid ass nigga off the streets. We try to defend him. Let's go that way, y'all. Let's go get a latte, okay? Actually, happy hour ain't even over yet. Let's go there. They all walk. All his attorneys walk to the left. He walked to the right. Yep. Damn, he kind of look a little tall. Boy could have played some basketball. Huh? And that ends the story of Sean Gathright, man. He be all right. He'll be all right. Boy look like Jason Tatum, man, huh? Hilarious.